Namaste and welcome to the weekly meeting of Essence of Knowledge program. This is a part of this program which is available online and it is free on gyanmar.guru. Everybody is most welcome to join the program. This is for seekers of the path of knowledge. In these meetings, I try to answer your questions and we also perform other activities of the program. So all questions are most welcome. Shaila is asking, can you please tell more about the change? It's a very good question and very basic question because somehow it is misunderstood. So in the context of path of knowledge, we begin any investigation by classifying whether it falls in the category of experience or the experiencer. And obviously, change falls in the category of experience because it is an experience of some kind. Now, again, we use direct experience to see, do we really call as change? And we immediately see that if there is no memory of change, then we will never say that something changed. We will never say that the experience of change happened if we do not have memory of it. So what happens is, presently whatever experience is happening gets compared to whatever is in memory, and the mind produces a response that this experience is different from whatever is already present in the memory. And the intellect says, that thing which was present in the memory, it changed into something. Same thing, but it changed. Association is made with the memory. Immediately you can see that it is a concept only. It is an idea only, idea of change. What is actually happening is only experience, pure experience. Then this process happens in the mind and it is concluded that the same thing changed. However, that is not true. You can do this kind of experiment and know directly that change is a concept. It is simply comparison of memory. If the memories are slightly different, the new experience is labeled as a changed form of previous experience. But if the difference is too much, we label it something else. For example, we use the word like destruction or construction or disappeared or appeared because the change is too much. There is no real correspondence in the memory. Only the amount of change is perceived as something else. So a simple example of change, clay and clay pot, our standard example. The pile of clay is in memory right now. When the clay pot is made, it is compared with the memory of pile of clay and we say that clay changed into clay pot. Sometimes that change is too much here. So we say the clay pot was created, it was constructed. We don't use the word change. Let us say the clay pot is being made and it is made longer or shorter. Then we say yes, it is changing because it is the same clay pot. But if it breaks and turns into pile of dirt again, we don't say that it changed. We say that object is destroyed. So all these construction, destruction, change, all these are only concepts. They are produced by the intellect. There is some use of this, that's why it says like this. What is in reality? Only a series of experiences. And this change appears only due to memory. Without memory, there is something undefined about which the intellect cannot say anything. Things are appearing. They are not changing. Nothing is getting constructed. Nothing is getting destroyed. Nothing is appearing. Nothing is disappearing also. That is the existence. What you're witnessing now without the memory, without involving any memory or concepts, is pure form of existence. And that which is perceived is called experience. Then it is labeled after the perception has happened, the pure experience has happened, which is the existence itself, happening to the existence itself. Now it will be called the experiencer. This is now what is. This is the current state. This is the real existence as it is. Existence in its most pure form is like this. Things are appearing, they are appearing to itself. Remember, there is no concept of me, mine, it is appearing to me. No. These are all creations of the intellect, or you can say these are distortions or superimpositions by the intellect. The pure existence is just pure experience happening to itself. And we have a name for this state, which is devoid of all knowledge and ignorance and memories and concepts. It is called experiencing with a capital E. Experiencing. This is the state of the existence. Now, because this creature has memory, all kinds of distortions happen in this pure experience. First, it will say the experience is changing because continuous comparison with the memory happens. Right now, as I am speaking, you are comparing my present word with the previous word. It is happening so fast. But yes, the comparison goes beyond that. You can compare this thing with my previous speech, with the previous videos, with something I said 10 years ago, something like this, or also with somebody else. So it is always doing this comparison. It is very natural process. It happens. And then conclusions are made. Like, you can understand my words now because the previous words are in memory. They are changing. So continuously the knowledge is getting accumulated in the memory. When we see experience changing, it is a kind of knowledge only. Intellect says this is happening. Then one part of the intellect says this is true, that this thing changed. The seed changed into a tree and it is assumed as true. However, it is simply a play of the memory. Nothing is really happening. Nothing is really changing. And so all that changes is false. See how easy it is to show why it is illusion, why it is only concepts. And there are layers and layers of concepts and ideas on this one just simple, innocent, pure experience. For example, something breaks. The mind will say, this changed into pile of broken garbage. But one part of the mind will say, it broke. And the another part of mind will say, another thought will be, it was so nice. And next thought will be, it was mine. My thing broke. And next thought, it broke because of somebody else. This is an evil person. Next thought, I want something bigger. I want something better than this thing which broke. Next thought, it was so costly. I lost so much money. And now you can see that this creature is completely in the world. World means sansar. How many layers happen on this? And this goes on. So since childhood, the person or the creature is only accumulating one after other memory, one after other concept, and this pile is too high now. The truth is buried below this thing, which was simply an event of change, or not even change, it was illusion of change, became your life. And you assume that this is the truth. Ultimately, nothing is changing. It seems to be. Nothing is happening. So nothing is there which can be called me or mine. Dream-like appearances on a blank screen of the experiencer. That's all there is. This is the essential knowledge. Rest is superimposition. There are many layers of superimposition on what is. These are called the layers of ignorance. There is a very sophisticated structure that is built, which is called the layered model of the memory. And this layered model is also called mind in our terminology. In short, we say mind creates everything from a simple change. The simplest change is change of two states. This has another name. It is called vibration. Simplest change is called vibration, binary change. And then it is possible to say like this, everything is created from vibration. Everything is nothing but vibration. Vibration has taken forms and the mind is the instrument through which this is happening. So the whole illusion reduces to vibrations of different kinds. And this is the science of vibronics. If anybody wants more information on vibronics, change, mind, memory, how this illusion is constructed. And there is a series of videos on vibronics on my YouTube channel, Pure Experiences. So now, incidentally, you will know the origin of this word, Pure Experiences, which is the name of YouTube channel, and also the group, Telegram group, Pure Experiences. Initially, this satsang was called Pure Experiences Online Satsang. There is a blog called Pure Experiences written by me. All the links are in the website. So this is the origin of that word. What is a pure experience? It is not covered up in ignorance and these ideas, concepts created by the mind. We are not even calling it the truth or ultimate truth or nothing. We are simply calling it a pure experience. Some people will call it pure mind. The same thing, because it is not encumbered by all these delusions. When is the creature liberated? Simply by seeing that these layers of ignorance have accumulated. By removing this accumulation, or even you don't need to remove it, you simply falsify it. It is all collection, accumulation only. It is not true. And the creature is liberated from the world. World is not a very good word actually. The Sanskrit word is sansar. It is liberated from this, in modern language you can say, it is liberated from the trap of illusion. And many people will say it is freed from the matrix. Simply by knowing. How much time it took when I started from defining the change? 5 minutes. Instant liberation, instant nirvana. And what do you become actually? On the one hand, you become nothing, because all this accumulation is gone now. It is falsified. It is proven to be false. That means everything is gone. But you came back to your pure state, pure being, pure essence, true essence. And you see that this is the true essence of everything, because the whole existence is like this. So on the other hand, you become everything. Then third step, that whatever appears or whatever appears to be happening is also the same as me. Whatever I think as me is actually one. There are no two. This is done. This is the end of path of knowledge. This is the end of knowledge. And this is the end of spirituality also. How much time it takes? When I am saying it takes 10 minutes, when the seeker starts searching, it can take 10 lifetimes, sometimes full lifetime, sometimes 10 years, sometimes if the person is lucky, 1 year, 2 year. Why these things which seem to be so easy after knowledge, so difficult for a newcomer? Because they are trapped in the mind, whatever we defined as mind right now. So we have a process of removal of this ignorance where they are trapped. There is a way. This is called the way of knowledge, path of knowledge. Systematic clearing of ignorance that brings you back into your true nature. Hopefully everybody is benefiting from this path of knowledge. Our program is simply this attempt to show you what you are. Neelam is saying, just sharing in awareness, the activities, thoughts, etc. of the mind seem very laughable, funny, just like watching a kid. Yes, very true. Because the mind is not really an evil thing which is trapping you. When I use these kinds of words, you are stuck, you are trapped, you are imprisoned in the mind, you need to be liberated. People must be thinking it is the evil thing. It has imprisoned me. It is torturing me. No, it is simply what it is. These are also concepts. These are also superimpositions. The mind is really innocent, because what it is doing, it is trying to provide a beautiful experience to the experiencer. It is the instrument of the experiencer, you can say poetically, body-mind instrument. It is trying to provide a limited but beautiful adventure to the experiencer or Brahman which you are. It is like a play. So it is innocent. It is the ignorance of the beholder, or you can say, and that the personality, the ego there is trapped in ignorance, not in the mind. Mind is what it is, isn't it? The ignorance is the problem. So when you are in knowledge, all the activity of the mind, whatever it is creating, looks innocent. So very childish, yes. And its desires are childish. Whatever it thinks and feels is very, very innocent and childish. This is called rising above the mind or rising above the intellect. Same thing. And this is also called the Buddha mind or a liberated mind or a pure mind. Because you are not trying to destroy this mind. You are simply watching it from above. There is a beautiful metaphor of one bird watching the other bird, which is sitting on a branch below. The bird on the higher branch is not trying to meddle with this lower thing. Lower bird is not trying to make it sing or stop it singing or stop its flying. No. Both birds are free, only watching. So rising above the mind. And then you can watch the fun. You can have all the fun. Sometimes it will produce very dark thoughts also, which is okay because, like a movie, entertainment, there are all colors there. So, when you become the bird on the top branch, you become the observer. If you practice doing this, you will be established in awareness. You simply become aware of what is happening there, down there, in the mind, in the body, in the world. It is actually one thing. The mind, the body, world, they appear at the same time. You cannot separate them. This division is also artificial. So you watch simply whatever is appearing. This is the awareness practice. It is the most powerful practice in this whole existence because it undoes the illusion. It is the undoing of the mind. Simply like a click of the fingers. Done. All this tremendous amount of illusion gone. What can be a more powerful practice than this? You are destroying the whole Maya in 1 second. How powerful you are. Have you recognized your power? However, you are creating the whole Maya, whole illusion yourself also. Are you not that powerful? Who are you? Realize your truth. Realize what you are. You are not a small thing. There is an activity of the mind, ego, which says me and mine. That is a small thing, yes. That is very funny. It is like a child. So that can also work there. That can also exist without any trouble because this observer, the bird on the top, is not interested in changing what is happening below. It is interested in watching. The good metaphor is movie. The viewer is not interested in changing what is happening on the screen. Their entertainment lies in simply watching what is happening on the screen. What the director and the cameraman wants to show you, there is the entertainment. That is the fun. Are you interested in that changing that movie? It will spoil the fun. So as a seeker, you are not interested in changing what is appearing. You are interested in watching it, which is called being in awareness. It is the most potent practice in this existence. Now, without destroying anything or changing anything, you can enjoy the show. And it is momentary. That is not a bad thing. Because imagine a movie which goes on for 10 years without any story, without any ending. Can you tolerate that kind of movie? It will be torture. And you are not allowed to move out of the theater. You are not allowed to even close your eyes. This will be a torture. So the movie is entertaining only because it is 1 hour or 2 hour long. That is why your life has the end, like they show in the movies, the end or the credits. That is called death. It is a good thing. It is a boon. It is not a curse. Otherwise, this dream will become a torture. So it is momentary experience. Can you see how perfect everything is already? You are that. Enjoy the movie. Why are you trapped in the movie? Thinking that I am the character in the movie, stuck in the screen. Become the bird which is sitting on the higher branch. This is the result of knowledge, self-realization. That is why there is nothing more to do than realize what you are. You are the observer of the movie screen. You are not the character of the movie screen, and simply be there. Do not try to change it. Changing means you are still attached with the screen and whatever is happening. You are still thinking these layers of ignorance is the real thing. You are still thinking that there is some truth in what this show that mind has created for you, for your entertainment. So the ignorance should be dispelled before you become the observer or the witness. Another name for observer is witness, Sakshi. That's all. And the path of knowledge is the direct path which makes you this bird on the top or the witness. It can happen in one day if you are serious. Shaila is asking, when I look at the ocean, I see the water and waves, but not the change that is resulting in appearance. I meant the fundamental potential. Because there is nothing to see really. Existence is not an object. You will never see what is changing into waves, and because there is nothing there. There is only infinite potential, as you said. And the infinite potential is not something which can be seen or observed. It is you. So, what is witnessed is actually memory. Memory of what the potential became. The potential appeared as a memory. That's all we can say. I think it is not very clear what you are asking, that I see water and waves but not the change that is resulting in appearance, because there is no change really. There is no real change, so you will never see it. That concept is made later when the comparison with the memory happens. So I think you are not understanding the concept of change here. It is not something which is happening. It is simply assumed that change happened. It is not there to be seen. It is assumed. It is assumption. It is not that the change is resulting in appearance. No. First is appearance, then the idea of change comes. If you remove the memory, there is no question of change. There will be appearance, but it will be unknowable. That never happens actually. So that thing which is called fundamental or infinite potential, omnipotence, is me. You are that, and you are not an object. You are not an appearance which will appear to you and will be impressed on the memory and will be known, because whatever is impressed on the memory is the only thing which is knowable. What is impressed on the memory? Appearances, illusions. So that which is known is simply an illusion. Knowledge is always of the illusion, not of that which is real. When we remove that knowledge of the illusion, which is called ignorance, then that which is real remains or shines. So all the knowledge is actually negative knowledge. It is removal. So probably your mistake is you are thinking change is a process which will be seen somewhere. I'll see it. No, just like I said, it is an idea only. It is an assumption, concept, not real. The change will not even appear. It is not a separate thing. Whatever appears is assumed to be changed. And the interesting thing is, everything is like this. So that which never changes will never appear. You can reverse the point of view here. Things which are changing, only they appear. Only that appears which is changing. But the actual point of view is better. Things are appearing, then they are said to be changing. Change creates the illusion of time, but actually there is no time. So the timeless view is better viewpoint, where things are appearing timelessly, not in time. And then the ideas of change and time, they are superimposed. Hopefully it is clear. The process of converting the potential into appearance, changing the potential into appearance, there is no such thing. There is no process there. You can try and find, and if you can find something, let me know. If you think that I did not answer your question, you can rewrite your question in other words, simpler words, more clearly, because somehow I find the question is somewhat confusing. Kulpreet is asking, experiencer is that aspect of existence which we think is responsible for realizing itself. Is this statement correct? We think is responsible for realizing itself. It is poetically correct, metaphorically correct. Who realizes I am the experiencer? There is nobody actually. Experiencer is a witness of this realization, uncovering of ignorance. That's all. How can we say that it is responsible? No, it is responsible only for witnessing. That's all we can say. And that too also in poetry. Because there is a limitation of language. Sometimes gurus use poetry or metaphorical language. If you use a precise language, you will see that that aspect of the existence, experiencer, is experiencing uncovering of ignorance only. Nobody is responsible. We won't even say that the person or the seeker is responsible. No, because there is no person, there is no seeker. The seeker ends with the self realization. If there is still a seeker who is responsible for this, that means realization has not happened. There is still ignorance in some or other form. Why this statement can be of use? Because this is an event that happened in the existence. That's all can be said. The realizing of itself happened in the existence. So when the question is asked like this, who realized? The Guru can say, the existence itself is responsible for its own realization. However, only the great Gurus say like this, only the great seekers will understand like this. A simple seeker will need some clarification like this, that this is an event that happened in the existence. Nobody is responsible. Nobody did anything because there was nobody. Especially the experiencer has no interest in realizing anything. It is devoid of qualities, so no curiosity, no need to uncover anything, no need to realize, and it is not responsible for anything else. We cannot project responsibility and activity and action actor on experiencer. These words are meaningless when they are applied to the experiencer. It is a pure witness. And it is the existence, it is the essential aspect of the existence. So these events, they happen. Somebody can ask this question, is self-realization also an illusion that appeared in the existence? Because there is nobody who did it. Experiencer is not interested. So the answer is yes. In the existence, for a momentary happening, a creature appeared who said, I am body-mind. I am real. And then another creature appeared who said, no, you are not. That is the Guru. And this one is seeker. And the seeker says, yes, I realized I am not the body mind. This, whatever is appearing is false. This all is a part of the dream. So did self-realization happen? And we say no. So if it did not, nobody is responsible. Nobody is there to see it or get it. Now people will be confused. So what is the use of self-realization and all? You see, in spirituality, there is no use of anything. It is simply uncovering of ignorance. If there is any ignorance that I am a seeker and I realize something, that will be erased. That ignorance will be gone by saying like this, that there is nobody. Nothing happened. It is a dream. So that brings you back in your true nature. Nothing else. There is no other use of self-realization. What if it does not happen? No problem at all. The dream happened in darkness. That's all. Momentary. What is the use of that? No use. Don't ask about uses. Who is responsible for ignorance? Nobody. There is no ignorance. Just like there is no knowledge. So contemplate on these things. These are somewhat at the higher level. Usually these are not discussed. The Guru will say, you are an ignorant person, you need to realize who you are, and this is the method. And the other things are your homework. Did it happen? Who realized what? This is left as an exercise for the seeker. Neelam has sent the series of videos. Yes, very interesting, very interesting. Although you should realize, although you should keep this in mind, that it is all science. It is not true. The vibronics, vibration, they are tools for understanding how the mind is operating, isn't it? It is not really true. Without realization, if people see this vibronic series, They will come to me and say, show me the vibration. How to measure it? You must have measured it. And that means, you see, they have assumed that whatever is said in vibronics is actually there. No, it is all theory, scientific explanation, very logical. It's not really there. So that is why it must be the science part or the occult part, the tantric part, must be given to the student after self-realization, so that you do not confuse these things, mind vibrations layer, as something real. It's not real. However, it is useful in explaining, in satisfying the curiosity, satisfying the intellect. And there are other uses also. You can apply this knowledge. Like I said, the knowledge of the truth cannot be used, but knowledge of the illusion can be used. That is called technology. So you can build something using the vibronics theories. It is just science. Okay, Anu is saying, so like the bird on the top, we should not meddle with the mind, you mean? Doesn't knowledge of our true nature change our thinking too? Yes, there is nobody to meddle. Remember this, you are the witness. So even if you want, there is nobody to meddle with the mind. The bird on the top is very pure. It has no agency. It is not the actor. It is observer. So even if the bird says, I want to fix this, it cannot. It will simply observe. It is very pure, fundamental aspect, the experiencer. You are that. So there is no question of we should or we should not. There is no we. There is no person who can meddle with the mind. Yes, but there is mind. So the mind can change itself. And that is what you will see. That is what this bird on the top will see, that simply watching it has changed its behavior somewhat. Now it is more aware, more conscious, more in control of its activities. It sings, but it will not sing randomly. It uses correct notes. So on. You see, I'm giving just examples, poetry, metaphor. Knowledge has side effects, like you said. It changes the mind a little bit. Because it is being observed now, it becomes a little bit aware. That is called awareness. A state of the mind full of knowledge is awareness. Being watched. So you can see that if there is a crowd somewhere, people are jumping and running around and fighting with each other. A policeman comes with a stick. Now everybody stands in line, everybody is quiet, pin drop silence. Everybody is behaving nicely, law and order. There is no civilized behavior which comes out of their inner being. So you need somebody to enforce the discipline. So what happens when the policeman arrives? They know I am being watched. There can be consequences of my behavior. So everybody starts behaving correctly. Same way, the mind knows that I am being watched now. If I do this, yes, there will be this consequence. Everything is now flooded with a searchlight of witness. Now there will be some changes in the behavior. And the only thing that is important for the mind is that the extremes are avoided now. Like people in the line will talk, they will move, they will eat, they will do something. But they will not shout and they will not dance and they will not do anything stupid because they are being watched under the CCTV camera. Same way, extremes will be avoided. It will function as it is. It will desire something, yes, but there won't be any extreme desire. It will be sad somewhat, but there won't be depression or suicidal thoughts. Then it will come back in awareness and it will laugh because it will see itself as the actor on the screen. Fake, completely made up. There is no ego, there is no person there. Nothing real, not real. So there will be some changes. I should add here that sometimes there are no changes. And the cause of that is no knowledge happened. Instead of a real policeman, somebody put a poster of the policeman or somebody simply wrote some words on the wall that please be disciplined, please stand in a queue. And nobody really pays attention to all these notices. People don't even read the instructions. In this situation, no change will be seen. That means the words were heard. Nothing was actually realized. It did not become true. Why did that happen? No knowledge happened. Ignorance remained. because verification was not done. Contemplation, which we are calling it in our program, contemplation was not done. So it remained like words on the wall. Somebody said this, somebody wrote this here, it was said in this program. The seeker has not realized anything. It has not become his own direct experience. So sometimes I say the hot pan was not touched. No reaction, no change will happen in behavior. Or sometimes we say that the sugar was not tasted, so they don't know the sweetness. Yes, they can repeat everything that was said about sugar, but they have no realization. It is just literal, you can say, knowledge, intellectual knowledge, some people call it. It was just heard. They found it logical, interesting, but they have no clue whether it is true or not. What is the actual case? Existence is infinite potential. Yes, looks so beautiful. They are words, because it was not really seen. The heart pen was not touched. And so there won't be any awareness. The policeman is gone now. Mother Nature will decide what happens now. This creature will continue to function depending on its programming or whatever you call impressions or latent impressions. No change will be seen. Sometimes there is a superficial change which changes back in its original type. So there is nobody to change anything, but the changes can happen, and changes will happen only if there is realization. That means the verification has been completed under the guidance of a guru. Otherwise, nothing. Just like I said, it is an event in the illusion. It is an event in the existence, illusory event. Nothing really matters. This creature, whether it realizes itself and changes into something great from the point of view of humans, or remains ignorant, and the end result is death. It dies in the end. That is why there is no mass effort. It is not on war footing that we are asking everybody to get self-realization. The guru field is just simply watching, amazement, what is happening here. They are also enjoying the show. They are not doing it on a mass scale. They are capable. All the gurus are capable of transforming each and everybody, but they know that it is useless. So we wait for the seeker to be ripened. This is called the grace, isn't it? That day we were talking about grace. The grace is this event where the seeker says, I want to know what I am. Then the guru becomes active. Then sometimes I say there is a buzzer in the guru field, the guru control room in the guru field. The buzzer sounds alarm. Beep, beep, beep. The red light comes up in the map, world map. Somebody wants to know what they are. And then everything is arranged for them. The person gets the guru. This is a very big event in the existence, although illusory. But the guru field is waiting for this red light, beep, beep, beep. They are not actively trying to make everybody realize and change, because they know death is the final. Why is death final? Isn't it illusion? Yes, it is the final illusion for this little creature. The existence continues, the illusion continues, the Maya continues, the world continues, everything. Only this one thing who thought I am this body mind, gone. The knowledge continues, the ignorance continues from the larger point of view. The gurus continue. The same existence will come back as another seeker or another ignorant person. How many times? Infinite. This is infinite movie. However, we get to watch only few years of it. Because as I said, it will become a torture for the seeker. So momentary drama. If you truly realize who you are, and if nothing changes, not a big problem. Because probably there was nothing to change. Everything was already good. So that person did not change. The most dramatic change is seen when there is something which must be changed. What is that something? We have a technical name for it. It is called impurity. And when this happens, we say purification happened in this seeker. That is why we have this step number 6, purification in the program. Because some people need this kind of change, others don't. And the truth is, majority of seekers need purification. However, they don't give any importance to it, which is okay. You can make it ultra pure, this creature, but it will die. It is insignificant because there are millions and trillions of ultra pure creatures already in this existence, which is me only. And there are billions and trillions of impure creatures, which is also me. So it totally depends on the interest of the seeker. Do they want to change? Is there a desire to change there? Is there a desire to purify there? And then things happen. The Guru will assist or help in this process. But there is ultimately nobody who changes. As a result of knowledge, some purification happens. In one line, you can say like this. You can answer Anu's question in one line. As a result of knowledge, some purification happens. And this sentence does not involve a person or a seeker or somebody who is doing the purification, or somebody who is meddling in this body-mind machine. So this one sentence is bottom line. Shaila is asking, it is unknowable. Thank you very much for this shower of wisdom. Love this pure experience. Yes, ultimately everything is unknowable. It is futile to ask these kind of questions. What is changing? How it is changing from potential to this experience of seeing or hearing? No, these questions arise from the assumption that the change is real. It is really happening. As I said, no, it is simply assumption, a made up thing. Sometimes it is useful to say things are changing and so on. It's changing is false and all. But nothing will be known. Why? Because the thing that you're trying to know is not there. One example is, I have a palace with 50 rooms, golden bathroom, you see, and platinum bedroom, and like this, you see. How was that made? How much it cost? Who made this? What is the technology used in making this palace? High tech, devices are there, everything automated. There is lift for going from one room to another, like 5-star hotel. How was that done? How much it cost? Can you get these answers? Only thing you can realize is that there is no palace. I live in a normal house. The palace was my dream. The palace was my assumption. So you can ask 100 questions about the palace. I'll only say it is not there. There is nothing like this. So you can ask 100 questions about the illusion, how and why and what and where. I'll only say it is not there. Don't ask. Be a witness. There is nothing to know. What is there to know in that palace, which is cooked up in the imagination? It seems that there is a lot to know. Can you show me? Can you show me? How is the drawing room? What is there? What kind of sofa is there? You see, the mind is curious, so it does not know the difference between imagination or illusion and reality. It does not, because it itself is illusion. Like she said, it is just innocent child. So childlike curiosity. But since the palace is not there, nothing will be known. I can cook up an answer. The color is this and the shape is this and the cost is this many millions. And this is knowledge. Mind will say, yes, I got some knowledge. It is all illusion. This knowledge is also illusion. So in one line we say, the knowledge of illusion is also illusion. You will feel like, I know something about this, whatever is appearing. It is just intellectual garbage, imaginary. So we do not call it intellectual garbage because it is very useful for this creature, for the survival, because it is trying to survive in this imaginary palace as an imaginary entity in the palace. So it is very useful. So we call it science. It is useful for survival. However, the mind does not know any difference. It says it is real. This is the criteria of utility. It is useful, so it must be real. Yes, perfect. But from the spiritual point of view, there is no palace. So is there nobody who is real? No. The one who is imagining all this thing, the witness of this play, fun-filled entertainment, is the reality. It is the fundamental truth. It is also called the experiencer, and it is also called I, capital I. I is not a small word. It looks small. It is the final word in the existence. I. Nothing more needs to be said. But the same I is stands for the ego or the small separate self, the body mind creature also nowadays. So we drop the I. We say experiencer or existence. See how the knowledge fell in the history of humanity. The I stood for the highest. Now the I stands for the lowest, which is this ego, this body mind creature. This is called the cycle of ignorance and knowledge. Yuga cycle. This illusion is cyclic. Right now we are in a cyclic illusion. It happened. The word I is seen as ego, ignorance, or hubris. I am the existence. No, you are not, people will say. Ignorant people. You are just like us. So, at one time in the history of humans, the I was the highest. Me. That was the highest thing. And there were many things actually which we have lost. I'm drifting off topic here. When somebody said, I want this food, I want to eat a mango, everybody around him, got into action. They hurried to get that mango, to fulfill the desire. People will think I'm making this up. It is partly made up because, example only. I'm trying to show you the point, how great the I is, was, now it is not. Why? Because it was said by the I. It is the desire of the highest, not the desire of this person. This person is the instrument which is expressing the desire. It is the desire of the highest. The ultimate has said, I want mango. Everybody ran to get the mango, to feed the mango to that person. So fulfillment of desires of the other was the highest act. In past, in some civilization, I don't know which one, I don't know when. That's what my guru told me, I am repeating. Because the desire was not seen as coming from this small creature. It was seen as the highest. So the only action that was possible was service. Everybody served others. That's all. Now what happened? What is happening? Everybody is serving themselves. Selfish. That's all. Because they think I am this body mind. See how much difference there is between this I and that I. And the difference is of knowledge and ignorance. That is why knowledge of myself is the highest. It will change you, yes, if you get the knowledge. Seriously, really, if you realize who you are, you will become like that. Your nature will be transformed. That is called evolution, spiritual evolution. So the humans were like that. Where are they? They have transcended the humanity. They are somewhere higher. We don't know where. They don't bother about us. We don't interfere in them. And whatever remained is the remaining humanity, which is completely an ocean of ignorance. Here, sometimes somebody gets a desire to know this I. Who am I? And then the guru field comes to rescue this one person. Now people will say, like Shaila will say, I don't see the guru field, show me the guru field. No, it is a concept. It is materialized through a human being, a living master, perfect living master, PLM. And this master does a play, Leela, small drama to bring out this student from the ignorance. One person at a time. This is the situation right now. So we are simply playing this game of self-realization and ignorance. Guru is the main character in this movie. Guru is the highest character in this movie. Because the guru knows it is a movie. The student does not. At least initially they don't know. As soon as the student knows who they are, they also become guru. This is called the bodhisattva tendency. There is nothing else to do. Either you join the play or you simply sit in the crowd. Not a big problem. Shaila is saying, we are using this I word very casually. Yes. That is the unfortunate thing that has happened to humanity, that the significance of the word I is lost. And whatever this I says is just insignificant garbage nowadays. There was a time when whatever the person said had some value. It had some weight. There is a saying in English, you have my word. What does that mean? There is a value of what I said. Nowadays, is there any value? People are saying anything they want. And you can imagine what must be the internal state of that person who is simply saying something true, false, ignorant, evil, bad. Can you see what an average person says in 24 hours? It is mostly 90% of it is garbage. So a seeker is very cautious about using the words. Again, I'm simply adding on to the discussion here because there is no other question right now. Use your words carefully because whatever you say is very powerful, especially a seeker. Have you seen people who say, go to hell, I hate you? Will it be effective? Will it have any effect? No effect at all. But if a seeker says something, it has a big effect because the seeker is somewhat aware, awakened, somewhat, not much, because he's a seeker, not a guru. So even as a seeker, you should be very careful what you say. Always say something positive. Always think something positive because only the thoughts becomes words. And whatever you say will happen. You are the creator. Poetically we say. It gets created. Ultimately, this illusion is being held up in the mind, isn't it? So whatever you are, you manifest that. These sentences are spoken in occult and nobody understands. You are manifesting your thoughts, the occult person will say. And the people will say, what kind of garbage is this? I think this, nothing happens. Obviously, nothing will happen. That person has lost this power of words, spell. You remember spell casting? Spell means to speak. How can the occult person speak and it happens, but the ordinary person does not? Because the ordinary person has no power now on the words. They do not know who is speaking. They think I am this body mind. So powerless. So we say, in short, that humans have lost their powers. They were gods initially. They have fallen. And the reason is ignorance of what you are. Always think twice before what you say. It is very difficult to believe that whatever you say will happen, but it is easy to believe that there will be consequence of what you say. Is your speech full of knowledge, love, positivity? Can you see there will be consequences, good consequences mostly? And is your speech like that of an ordinary person? There will be consequences. And the only consequence is your progress will be stopped, like hitting the pause button on the progress, simply by speaking something which ordinary people speak. How powerful that is. So a person changes, yes. When they realize how powerful I am, this person will change. Any intelligent person will do this self-control and purification after knowing what this I is. After knowing the significance of the word I, there were gurus like this. Whatever they said, it becomes true. We have heard stories. Nowadays, we don't have that kind of gurus. But the gurus have a higher influence than an ordinary person. Everybody must have noticed this thing. Guru means a leader or anybody who is higher in status in the society here for our discussion. However, a spiritual guru has the highest power because that guru speaks the truth. There are consequences of what a guru says. Sometimes it is world changing. You must have seen these great gurus, masters. What they don't do anything, they simply say something and the world changes. But it then falls back into chaos again because that is Mother Nature. Yes, that is the nature of the illusion. It is cyclic. So the job of the guru is never over. He needs to come back again and again and again. That is the Bodhisattva tendency. And he teaches things like this. Speak nicely. Love everyone. You are one with everybody. Everybody is equal. You see, but nobody pays attention because the knowledge behind these words is not there. Shaila is asking, there was this contemplation question recently. It asked for not the valid source, meaning fake guru. If the guru is not a valid source of knowledge, what is his role on this path? Though it does not mean fake guru, even if the guru is fake and he says something which is true, it will remain true. So only the knowledge can be fake or false or true. There are 6 or 7 means of knowledge traditionally. Guru is one of them, because it was assumed that the Guru, whatever the Guru says, will be final truth. Now we cannot guarantee this thing, as I said, because of unfortunate situation in the world. Everybody's Guru nowadays. So we have tried to remove the Guru as a source of knowledge in our program. That no, the Guru can point to the knowledge. You don't need to really believe what the Guru says. Check what the Guru is pointing to. And you use your own experience and intelligence to see whether the teaching is right or not. That is the whole process of verification. That is the job of a seeker, to find what is true, what is not. So the job of the Guru is simply to point. The Guru cannot give you knowledge. The Guru can show you where the knowledge is. You need to simply see it, know it. The Guru cannot know on your behalf. So ultimately the Guru is pointing to your own experience. And that is why the final means of knowledge is your own experience, and weighted correctly through the logic and intellect. You can experience something, but if you conclude something incorrect about it, it will produce ignorance. So logic is needed. So the Guru teaches you how to get the knowledge. Is not a source of knowledge. So who is the source of knowledge? You only. Specifically the instrument of the mind. You don't have anything else. So pure instrument, good working condition is needed for knowledge. So what is his role? Pointing. So fake Guru is very interesting, because even if a fake Guru points to knowledge, the seeker can get the knowledge. It is possible. So ultimately, it does not matter whether the Guru knows something or not, or simply repeating the scripture. It does not matter. If the seeker has the required qualities, the seeker will directly see whatever they are saying. What is the danger in a fake Guru? That they will try to mislead you by pointing at something else. Like a Guru says, look, this Atman Brahman false. This world is the truth. You need to earn a lot of money. It does not matter if you die or live or whatever. This is Pleasure Island. You will get this life only once. Do whatever you want. You see, this Guru is misleading the seeker. That cannot be even called a fake Guru, because a fake Guru sounds like a true Guru, isn't it? It is a copy of a Guru. Is saying whatever the scriptures or other Gurus are saying. But this person who is misleading cannot be called a Guru, even a fake Guru. There are such people. So these kind of people are more dangerous than a fake Guru. So we are not worried about people on YouTube and all who are sending pointers, who are signaling, who are spreading knowledge. We are not worried about whether they are real Gurus or not, as long as whatever they are pointing at is the truth. You will never know what this person knows who is pointing. That is not possible to know. But you will know somebody who is misguiding, because the result will be suffering. If a fake Guru points to the truth and knowledge, and the result is happiness and bliss and knowledge, no problem. And if the result is suffering and more bondage instead of liberation, and that means something is wrong there. You did not find a Guru, you found somebody who is really lowly, misleading person. So ultimately everything is fake, including the seeker is. The seeker is also fake seeker. There is no seeker. There is no Guru. So everything is imaginary, dreamlike. We don't mind what is happening here, as long as you get what you want, which is knowledge. So even a book, a video, a simple satsang pointing like this, direct pointing by anybody in the world, can open your eyes. There was a great Guru who counted 25 kinds of Gurus, including animals and prostitutes and whatnot. Rock, obviously books. In this culture, we really don't mind where the knowledge is coming from, as long as it is benefiting me, as long as it is making me progress. Nowadays, we have AI Gurus. Is that wrong? Is AI a fake Guru? No, our Gunik GCR is doing a good job of teaching. We don't mind, because a student cannot really find out who is fake, who is not. They don't have the knowledge or capacity to find. So they can only believe, they can only have a little bit of faith and try what the Guru says. That's why love and affection and faith on Guru is needed. You need to like that Guru, otherwise you will never even listen to that Guru. So Guru is not a source of knowledge. You are the source of knowledge. Kulpreet is asking, at places you have said, then we are on our own. Would you really not be along on the path and after the path ends? No. I am not with you as a separate person after the knowledge. I don't know where I said this, but that means the separation between the student and the teacher is no longer there after knowledge. Is it there? If there is, knowledge did not happen. So the Guru becomes one with the student. That is the final union, isn't it? I don't want to remain like a Guru for the rest of your life and keep you like a student. You don't know anything. You are stupid. You are this. You need to do this. That is not our path. I become the student. The student becomes the Guru. Why? Because nothing to know, nothing to do, nothing to learn. So this is a direct consequence of the teaching that everybody is one. And if there is still separation, especially from the one who is teaching you that I am one, you and me are already one, what is the point of that? There must be no separation. So practically speaking, it is not possible for the Guru to guide everybody for the rest of their lives. So the essential knowledge is given, and we hope that this knowledge will guide you. This knowledge is your Guru. This knowledge must be established in your heart. So the Guru lives not in another country, another place, another body. No, that is not the Guru. That is something, like she said, fake Guru. That is the fake mask of the Guru. And the real Guru is inside. The Guru is within you. Have you done that? Then the Guru will be with you forever. Probably only this Guru which is in you will remain forever with you. No other relationship is permanent. The relationship of the Guru and disciple, because they become one, is the only permanent relationship. And it is not a relationship. It is simply a connection. What connection can you have between two things which are not two things, which are one? The only connection, the only relation that is possible is oneness. So after knowledge, I become the Guru. I don't remain a student. And for practical reasons, we keep saying, I am the student, you are the Guru. That is simply showing the gratitude, simply showing the respect. That is traditional thing. That is a culture thing. In reality, there is no Guru. There was no Guru before also, only because you thought that I am separate. I am this body-mind machine. The Guru had to take a form of body-mind machine to make you realize you are just like me, the Guru will say. No, you are different, I am different. And then the path of knowledge starts. How it is different. Show me. And once the essence is known, difference is gone. The Guru disappears. There is a saying that when the seeker is ready, the Guru appears. And when the seeker is completely ready, is done, the Guru disappears. That is what I was saying probably. That this form which you think is Guru is because of your ignorance. You think that there is a separate person there which is talking to me, who is guiding me. This is your ignorance. Once that ignorance is gone, there is no need of this separation. There is no need of this other illusion which keeps speaking. Although this other illusion will keep speaking, but you are not the target. You are not the audience. I'll keep speaking because there are new students now. New ignorance appeared. The illusion of the Guru continues, but it ends for the person who has self-realization. Probably that person will take on the role of a Guru, will start speaking wherever that is needed. Remember, you cannot do more than that. I cannot do more than speaking, can I? And I hope that these words have power. So that is what the whole job of the Guru is. If the speech is done, the Guru is gone. My guru used to say that I'm not the guru. You call me Guruji, I'm not the guru. The guru appears as soon as the question appears, and the guru disappears as soon as the answer appears or the question disappears. The guru is gone. The guru is short lived. If your question is the most important question, which is who am I, as soon as you get the answer, there is no need of guru. The guru disappears. No need. Shaila is saying, I say to Guru, I love you. He says, I love you. Both are saying you. That is why you is me. Yes. Good poetry. Actually, when you say, I love you, you are saying, I love me. You and me are one. So, the existence is taking two puppets as forms. They are saying, you are me, I am you, I love you. You see, and just a play. Just for entertainment of the existence. Because for us humans, why this is happening is unknowable. So we make up such stories that it is bored, the existence is bored, so it takes forms, and then this drama happens. Ultimately, it realizes everything is one. So it realizes the real meaning of the word love, which is oneness. It is not an emotion, it is not an action. I was trying to find this love somewhere else, but it was me. This is the realization, and then it is done. No need to say who loves what. It is meaningless. So, same for happiness or bliss. We are searching for it somewhere. This will give me happiness, that will give me bliss. This state of mind is blissful. This search is outside because this thing which is inside thinks that I am separate from that which is outside. However, it is a beautiful expression of the existence. There is nothing wrong, but it causes a lot of running around from posts to pillars, and it causes a little bit of suffering. I'm not getting love. Nobody loves me. I'm not getting happiness. Nothing makes me happy. Everything is boring. It's all suffering. The world is a suffering. This dream is a nightmare. That is the final outcome if knowledge does not happen. If the human beings, they fail in knowing what is happening. What is this which is running? What is happiness? What is love? If they don't know all these things, suffering is the result. That is why you know who you are, then you play. Nobody is stopping you. Play, it is your play. Kulpreet is saying, I am so glad we went through disappointments in various love, and I am so glad due to the need which is this grace we kept seeking. Yes, if somebody finds love outside, do we have any problem? No. Many people live their life like this. However, very soon it is found that the things that we seek outside are never satisfactory. Everybody knows this thing. Everybody has this kind of experience. They are not satisfactory. They give us a hope only, a false hope that I'll get something. If you get something and stop there, it's okay, fine. But usually that will not happen. Only when you search within, when you find yourself, you will be satisfied. And that satisfaction is simply like another disappointment. It was not something very exclusive, amazing new thing. It was me only. This is a little bit of disappointment. It's like a joke. It is like finding the glasses while wearing the glasses. There was a story. A person lost his glasses and he started searching everywhere in the house. And he got really annoyed, disappointed. I can't find the glasses. Somebody said, look, you are wearing the glasses. So, isn't that a joke? And it is also a disappointment that I could not find what I was trying to find. That satisfaction of finding is not there. But there is a different kind of satisfaction that there was no need to search. And this path of knowledge is same. Are we disappointed that I got no knowledge? No. We are satisfied that there was no need to know. Because I am that. This much is okay. So we are happy with not getting because there was nothing missing. Hopefully everybody is happy with the path of knowledge. If you're still seeking, no problem. Seek as a player, as a gamer. It is your game. Play the game, fully knowing that you will find nothing. Yes, seek love, seek happiness. In the process, enlighten the other. Guru is doing that. He traps the seeker and then brings out the seeker from the bigger prison. And that is a separate subject. We are going to end today's meeting here. Hopefully, everybody got their answers. And listen to the recording again and contemplate. That is my suggestion. Thank you, everybody, for attending today's meeting. I'll see you next time. Namaste.